Lelouch, a board-certified OBGYN physician with over 30 years clinical experience. Today we're going to discuss how you can retrain your bladder after hysterectomy. For many women, this will be helpful. It doesn't always apply, so it depends on what were the reasons that you had a hysterectomy and some of your surgical history. For example, let's say you had a hysterectomy because you had fibroids, non-cancerous tumor of the uterus, or your uterus was enlarged. Then there's a good chance it was crowding your bladder, just like being pregnant. That can make you go to the bathroom more frequently, not being able to have as much capacity to fill your bladder. And after you have a hysterectomy, you have more room. Or let's say you've had a C-section or a few C-sections. That scarring on your uterus from the C-section can confine your bladder. So if my hand is the uterus, the bladder sits on top of it. And when we do a C-section, we move the bladder back. We go do the C-section, stitch it back, and then your bladder goes back there. And over time, you can get some scarring there, and your uterus can kind of scoot up and stick to the front of your abdomen where your scar was. And basically that traps your bladder a little bit and makes you go pee more often. So even if your uterus wasn't enlarged, it might be a little crowded. So bottom line is, if you've gone more often to the bathroom before your hysterectomy, or you couldn't even hold it through a movie, then you can retrain it potentially. So something to bring up with your physician, but it's worth trying. So when you're at home, the best way to retrain it is gradually. So when you're at home and you feel like you have to go to the bathroom, you're safe at home so you can get to the bathroom, what we want you to do is hold it, okay? Now generally, your bladder's pretty smart, and it realizes if it's not a convenient time to go to the bathroom, it stops sending signals to your brain, says, okay, we're gonna give you a little pass, and that stretches your bladder out a little bit. And then in about 5, 10, 15 minutes, the sensation comes back, you feel like you gotta go, and that's when you go. So you're stretching it slowly, okay? You don't wanna overhold it, can be quite uncomfortable and cause troubles. But by slowly retraining it and stretching it out, you can release some of the scarring, use some of that extra room that's available for your bladder to expand to now that your uterus is gone, and you'll be able to hold it through a whole a movie, or hold it for 3, 4, 5 hours. Retraining it can help to work, can help you get through the whole night without having to get up to go pee. Now, every woman is an individual. I don't know what the reasons were you had for your C-section, what other things you had done. So this is something to check in with your physician for, but in many circumstances, especially if you had the C-sections or the enlarged uterus that's now gone, then should be applied to you. If you have significant troubles with that, check in with your doctor. I hope you found this useful, and thank you.